Rockwell William Spencer. A distinguished Freemason of the United States who was born at Albany in New York in 1804 and died in Maryland in 1865. He had been Grand Master of the Grand Lodge of Georgia, and at the time of his death was Lieutenant Grand Commander of the Supreme Council of the ancient and accepted Scottish Rite for the southern jurisdiction of the United States. He was a man of great learning, having a familiar acquaintance with many languages, both ancient and modern, and was well versed in the sciences. He was an able lawyer and occupied a high position at the bar of Georgia, his adopted state. Archaeology was his favorite study. In 1848, he was induced by the great Egyptologist George R. Gliddon to direct his attention particularly to the study of Egyptian antiquities. Already well acquainted with the philosophy and science of Freemasonry, he applied his Egyptian studies to the interpretation of the Masonic symbols to an extent that led him to the formation of erroneous views. His investigations, however, and their results were often interesting, if not always correct. Brother Rockwell was the author of an Ahiman resin for the Grand Lodge of Georgia, published in 1859, which displays abundant evidences of his learning and research. He also contributed many valuable articles to various Masonic periodicals, and was one of the collaborators of Dr. Mackey's Quarterly Review of Freemasonry. Before his death, he had translated Portal's treatise on Hebrew and Egyptian symbols, and had written an exposition of the pillars of the porch, and an essay on the Fellowcraft's degree. The manuscripts of these works in a completed form were left in the hands of his friends.